All right, here's an analysis of my favorite drill, one-arm freestyle. Most of you watching this right now probably already know that this is one of my favorite drills and probably your least favorite drill, but that's all right. I don't give drills because it makes people happy. I give drills because it makes them better. So we're watching one-arm freestyle. Here we go. I think this is a really great example of one-arm freestyle. We're going to start above the water just so we can see this beautiful exit. I thought that was a really nice sort of feather and finish into the stroke, into the recovery, and a nice long recovery forward. So kind of move through this video pretty quickly up front here just so we can see what's going on under the water. But I just want to point out how great it is to see that muscle right there at the bottom of the shoulder blade firing as the hand goes to press out into the feather. That's exactly what we're looking for. Shoulder blades should be moving in as hands move out to feather. All right, so let's try to get underwater here. Going backwards, we need to go forward. So just from this angle, just trying to check above the water line, kind of to see where the catch is happening during this one-arm freestyle. This one-arm freestyle is focused on the catch and the finish of the stroke and using the shoulder blade. All right, so we can kind of see, we can't make out in great detail, but we can see that the hand is in about the right spot. And that's why we have to film underwater, because you can't really see underwater from above. So here we go. Let's check this catch out. As we do this in real slow motion. I like to see how the wrist is starting to turn just sort of gradually as the hand and the lower arm is going down. I personally would like to see the elbow stay a little bit more up in this general area. We're going to say, we'll make a little circle there. So as the hand is sort of going down and catching, the elbow would basically stay there into the catch position, which would be about there. But this is still a very good catch position. So what I like most about this position is there's a bicep paddle, there's a forearm paddle, and there's a hand paddle. All right, so we have our three paddles in position. So as those three paddles get set, all right, solid set paddle there, we should see that shoulder blade shrug back now, all right, and we do. So here it goes. All right, so that shoulder blade shrugging back keeps all three of these paddles for a longer period of time. And I think it's a really nice also point to just show that where he sets his catch, that elbow's about here, that elbow pretty much stays in that path, right? That's pretty hard to do. It takes a lot of focus, but it's achievable, right? And so now, as he's getting further back, his body's gonna start to rotate here. And his body's rotate, well, it's very obvious. Arms are gonna come up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a lift through the arm in this one. As we get through, we're gonna kind of check that. So here's our setup again. Nice looking catch, good push back, right? We have all three paddles still. So as stroke is finishing, I expect to see the elbow a little bit lower down than what it is. Let's get through here some more. Let's see if we can kind of figure this one out. From above, we'll be able to see if he's lifting that elbow up a little too early. So this, timing-wise, looks right because his body has rotated, but his elbow is still submerged. So even though I can say I want his elbow to be a little bit deeper at this point, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's wrong. I'm just trying to coach to ideals. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. So I really like seeing how he's finishing his stroke. I would call this the finish at this point, and then he's going into a feather. And you can see that feather starts to curve before it exits the water, which is really nice to see. So I actually really like this view because we can kind of see from here that as he's pressing back, that lower muscle around the shoulder blade turns on. We're going to watch his arm move back. All right, so he's finishing his stroke, and from here, he's actually pressing out a little bit, and that's where he exits. And that exit, you can kind of see his pinky's slightly forward, and his whole arm is recovering together and entering the water together, and you can see he's entering just slightly thumb first. Great demonstration of one-arm freestyle. So I'm going to let this play in real time so we can see it. It's a simple drill, but highly effective. If he's going to take a breath, don't drop your arm to take the breath. But that's about it. Please do set a catch with all three paddles, your bicep, your forearm, and your hand paddle. Boom, set that catch. Please use this area. This is the spot that we need to use. All right, let me know if you have any questions. The end.